How to become a billionaire. If you want to become a billionaire, if you want to get really rich, you need to provide a product or products or service to the masses. Do this well. Scale up and make those megabucks. Frank Tao Wang and others did just that by jumping into the creation, design, and manufacture of drones. So what is a drone? It's an unmanned aerial vehicle or unmanned aircraft system, commonly known as a drone, an aircraft with no human pilot, crew, or passengers on board, but rather is controlled remotely or is autonomous. Drones are small or medium-sized unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs. They're unique in that they can drive remotely and autonomously, and they're capable of maintaining a controlled, sustained level of flight. What are they used for? They can be used for various jobs such as aerial photography, area coverage, precision agriculture, forest fire monitoring, river monitoring, environmental monitoring, weather observation, policing and surveillance, infrastructure inspections, smuggling, product deliveries, entertainment, drone racing, and combat. This has made them a valuable tool for industries such as construction, where they can be used to survey and map land, or for search and rescue operations, where they can provide an aerial view of a disaster zone. In agriculture, drones monitor crops, assess plants' health, and spray pesticides and fertilizers. The largest drone makers today are, in first place is DJI Da Jiang Innovations. They are headquartered in Shenzhen, China. They have a 70% market share of the world market. Next is AeroVironment of the USA. Third is Baykar Technologies from Turkey. Fourth is Skydio, also from the USA. And in fifth position is Parrot Drones of France. There are many more others diligently working on their own projects, but DJI of Frank Tao Wang currently leads the pack. Baykar Technologies from Turkey are a good example of a company that was mainly focused on vehicle parts manufacturing, then switching to drone making once they saw an opportunity. Bayraktar owns 47.5% of Turkish unmanned military drone manufacturer Baykar. He co-owns it with his brother Selçuk Bayraktar, who owns 52.5%. and serves as the CEO. The company was founded by their father Özdemir Bayraktar in 1984 to make parts for the Turkish auto industry, and began making unmanned aerial vehicles in the 2000s when they saw an opportunity. Baykar recorded sales of $1.8 billion in 2023, and its exports rose to $2 billion in 2024 thanks to contracts with militaries in Europe, Africa, and the Middle East. Baykar's most famous export, the Bayraktar drone, has been used so successfully by Ukrainian troops that it inspired a popular folk song. Selçuk Bayraktar is the son-in-law of Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, having married his daughter Sümeyye in 2016. But let's take a closer look at the world's first drone billionaire, founder Frank Tao Wang. He was born on the 17th of November in 1980. DJI Da Jiang Innovations, Sciences and Technologies. Lieutenant founder Frank Wang became a billionaire in 2017, according to Forbes magazine. With a reported market share of over 70% in the consumer drone market, DJI has a current valuation of $15 billion and has created 3 billionaires: founder Frank Wang, DJI marketing head Swift Z, and Lou D, an investor. The wealth created by these tech superstars tends to rise quickly, but their fortunes are volatile. As the drone market continues to expand globally and drone regulations are formalized in many regions, DJI's potential is growing by the day, and their drones are being snatched off of the shelves by willing consumers. Aggressive moves taking their drones into the commercial realm is expanding their market even further. As the drone market heats up, however, the competition grows. China is developing a cluster of drone manufacturers, and new players enter the ring daily, all clamoring for investment. DJI will have to maintain their momentum to hang on to the market dominance they enjoy, partly as a result of first-mover advantage. Wang, who founded the company in 2006 from his dorm room at Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, has built up an empire which has a 70% share of the world's market for recreational drones. Wang, who hails from China's Zhejiang province, came to Hong Kong in 2003 after enrolling for a course. 2 years later, Hong Kong University granted him $2,300 to conduct research and develop a drone. In 2006, Wang moved to Shenzhen, China's tech and innovation hub across the border from Hong Kong, to start his business where he had easier access to engineers and manufacturing partners. After hitting the store shelves with its first product in 2008, the company has since made drones affordable for average families. The company is also dominating Western markets with competitive pricing and constant hardware and software upgrades. DJI is now considered to be the fifth most valuable startup in China, valued at $15 billion. DJI is a Chinese technology company headquartered in Shenzhen, Guangdong. DJI manufactures commercial unmanned aerial vehicles, drones for aerial photography and videography. It also designs and manufactures camera systems, gimbal stabilizers, propulsion systems, enterprise software, aerial agriculture equipment, and flight control systems. DJI accounted for over 90% of the world's consumer drone market as of June 2024. Its camera drone technology is widely used in the music, television, and film industries. The company's products have also been used by military and police forces, as well as terrorist groups, with the company taking steps to limit access to the latter. DJI products have drawn concerns over privacy and security. They have been used by combatants from all sides during the Russian invasion of Ukraine. The company has been designated as a Chinese military company and sanctioned by the United States government, but its drones can still be purchased and operated in the U.S. The company was founded in 2006 by Frank Wang, born in Hangzhou, Zhejiang. He enrolled as a college student at the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology in 2003. He was part of the HQS team participating in the ABU Robocon and won third prize. Wang built the first prototypes of DJI's projects in his dorm room, selling the flight control components to universities and Chinese electric companies. He used the proceeds to move to the industrial hub of Shenzhen and hired a small staff in 2006. The company struggled at first with a high degree of churn among employees, attributed to Wang's abrasive personality and perfectionist expectations. The company sold a modest number of components during this period, relying on financial support from Wang's family friend Lu Di, who provided $90,000 and managed the company's finances. In 2009, DJI's components enabled a team to successfully pilot a drone around the peak of Mount Everest. In 2010, Wang hired a high school friend, Swift Zijia, to run the company's marketing. DJI began to cater more to drone hobbyists in markets outside of China. In 2011, Wang met American Colin Gwynn at a trade show, and the two of them founded DJI North America, a subsidiary company focusing on mass-market drone sales. In 2013, DJI released the first model of the Phantom drone, an entry-level drone that was more user-friendly than other drones on the market at the time. The Phantom was commercially successful but led to conflict between Gwynn and Wang. Midway through the year, Wang made an offer to buy out Gwynn, which was refused. By the end of the year, DJI had locked employees of the North American subsidiary out of their email accounts, shutting down the subsidiary's operations. Gwynn sued DJI, with the case being settled out of court. In 2015, DJI eclipsed the success of the Phantom with the Phantom 3. Whose even greater popularity was in part due to the addition of a built-in live streaming camera. DJI is now the largest consumer drone company in the world, driving many of its competitors out of the market. 2015 also marked the beginning of DJI's RoboMaster robotics competition, an annual international collegiate robot combat tournament held at the Shenzhen Bay Sports Center. In November 2015, DJI announced the establishment of a strategic partnership with Hasselblad, a prestigious Swedish camera manufacturer. In January 2019, DJI acquired a majority stake in Hasselblad. In 2017, DJI won a Technology and Engineering Emmy Award for its camera drone technology, which was used in the filming of various television shows including The Amazing Race, American Ninja Warrior, Better Call Saul, and Game of Thrones. That same year, Wang became Asia's youngest tech billionaire and the world's first drone billionaire. Also in 2017, DJI signed a strategic cooperation agreement to provide surveillance drones for use by the Chinese police in Xinjiang. On June 5, 2018, police body cam and taser maker Axon announced a partnership with DJI to sell surveillance drones to U.S. police departments. As of 2020, DJI products were also widely used by U.S. police and fire departments, with about 90% of drones used by public safety agencies coming from DJI. Despite much success, there have also been some losses. On January 21, 2019, DJI announced that an internal probe had uncovered extensive fraud by some employees who inflated the costs of parts and materials for certain products for personal financial gain. DJI estimated the cost of the fraud at $145 million, but insisted that the company did not suffer serious financial damage. In January 2020, the United States Department of the Interior announced that it would be grounding around 800 DJI drones, which it had been using for wildlife conservation and infrastructure monitoring purposes. Still, by March 2020, DJI had retained 77% of the U.S. market share for consumer drones, with no other company holding more than 4%. In 2020, DJI drones were being used by many countries around the world to combat the coronavirus. In China, DJI drones were used by the police force to remind people to wear masks. In other countries, such as Morocco and Saudi Arabia, their drones were used to disinfect urban areas and monitor human temperatures in order to contain the spread of the coronavirus. In summary, joining Frank Tao Wang in the creation, design and manufacture of drones is one way to making your first $1 billion. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you.